What's up YouTube? Making another knife review here. This was a requested video by Dizzy Jonah. He wanted to see my EX-02 in a separate video. And that's what we're going to go over here. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to go over both of my Hogue knives, the EX-01 and the EX-02. First off, Hogue as a company is more known for making gun related products. Mainly gun grips. They make stocks, holsters, things like that. And most gun manufacturers venture out into producing some knives, but in truth they're never really that good. Hogue did it right the first time. Partnering up with Alan Olishewitz, who designs all of the models they made thus far, which is awesome because he's one of my favorite knife makers. And there you go. Let's go over the EX-01 first, just to go in order. Every model they make comes in a few different variations. The one you see here is the OD green anodized aluminum frame with the Tonto blade, but it does come in a black aluminum frame or a Damascus frame, which is similar to what you'll see here, and a drop point blade as well. It's 154 cm blade steel, made in USA, as I said. You can see the Olishewitz maker's mark there. So it is a button lock, a very robust button lock. Very solid. It's been solid ever since I got it. You got the secondary safety here. It kind of prohibits you from, you can see that little slide up there. It prevents you from depressing the button, but honestly you can press it ever so slightly, but not enough to disengage the blade. So I guess it serves its purpose, so it doesn't come crashing down on your fingers or closing if you're doing any hard cutting tasks, or I guess in a self-defense situation, even though you're not really going to be thinking to flip this up in a hurry, but it's there if you need it. You got this kind of sandwich construction, two aluminum slabs put together to kind of meet in the middle to make a backspacer. Incorporated into that, there's a lanyard pin. Very cool. The pocket clip, I kind of hated it when I first got it, spoon style clip, but it grew on me. It functions well as a pocket clip, and I kind of like it now. It is reversible, tip up or tip down. You see that nice big pivot there. There is some jimping on the spine here as well as the frame. Not really functional, but with this nice finger choil here, it all just comes together nicely when you're gripping the knife. Very attractive stonewash on the blade with that harpoon. Just a great knife overall. You can see the groove here and that chamfering all around the frame there, as well as the milling pattern. This allows you to get to the thumb stud, as I failed to deploy. Flips out very nicely. There's a good detent. I'm not sure if there's a dedicated detent ball in there, or the button lock kind of serves that purpose. You see this big cutout when it's in the closed position. I'm not sure if that serves as your detent or not. So it is full aluminum frame, but there is a stainless steel, not liner, but only it is around the important parts where it's supposed to be, around the pivot, the lock, and the secondary lock. I don't know if you can see, the lighting's not too good, but there is kind of nested stainless steel portion in there. So there you go, that's the EX-01, underrated knife in my opinion. I really like it. Here's the EX-02. Again, comes in a few different variations. This is the Tonto flipper. It comes in a drop point blade. It comes in thumb stud. Without the flipper. I think all of them are going to have this kind of Damascus scales with a few different colors to choose from. Once again, made in the USA. I guess these fit the description for tactical knives or self-defense knives. But I've used my knives for everyday cutting tasks, as I've said, so I've opted for these smaller versions. These are 3.5 inch blades, each of them. They do come in a 4 inch blade as well. You can see this one, I think it's a DLC coating. If not, it's some type of black non-reflective coating. This one's a liner lock and a flipper. See, the lock is kind of right at 50%, where I'd like it to be. Flips very nicely, very good solid lockup. Very strong detent on this knife. The quality on both of these knives is fantastic. Fit, finish, everything. You can see how close the blade gets to the backspacer and pommel there, which is made out of some type of polymer, I want to guess. So it's not going to be breaking glass for you, but it is very durable. You see, if you hold a knife like this with the flipper pointing outwards, and you can see there's a nice jimping under that flipper, which is kind of a weird place for it to be, but I guess if you hold it like this, it kind of serves a purpose if you want to use that as a non-lethal method of defense. Pretty comfortable in this grip here. So this one also has a secondary, safety lock. I don't really think it's necessary, but functions the same way. Kind of prohibits you from fully disengaging that liner, so it will not close on you. Very nice pocket clip on this one. I do like this one quite a bit. It's kind of like two standoffs or pillars raised, and then a spring clip on top of that. I think it looks great. It functions great. Pocket clip is reversible, tip up, tip down, as you can see there. Nicely centered. See that action? Very good. So you can see the G-Mascus is kind of just layered G10, just contoured around the edges to bring out those layers, and some dimples here. A lot of people hate it. Some people like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely unique. You do see layered G10, but the way they do it, it's pretty creative. Jimping on the liners there. Short runner jimping on the blade. Once again, it's not really sharp, and there's kind of a shelf, a drop off there when it gets to the blade, so it's a little bit awkward to hold with your thumb up here. But yeah, not too bad. So that's the EX-02. Very good knives. The two examples I have here, the EX-01 and EX-02, Hogue is doing it right. They are releasing a new model. I forget which one it's called, but it's going to be a button lock flipper. I'm pretty excited for that one. So let's do some kind of size comparisons here. Got the ZT-0550, Emerson Mini CQC15, those in frame here, and one that I think most people would have, Paramilitary 2. These can kind of fit the role of kind of tactical knives or self-defense knives, heavy duty, all kind of in the similar price range, similar size, and similar intended use. You can see that. All very similar in size. Let's do some more. Let's get out our trusty tape measure here. As I said, these are the 3.5-inch blade versions. So it looks like 3.5 inches to the top of the handle. Cutting edge, you're looking at about 3.25 or so. Overall, just a hair under 8 inches, and that applies for both of them. So yeah, very cool knives overall. I think they're underrated. They're great quality, made in the USA. I don't know if I said it, but both of them are 154 cm. And you have options with each model and blade shape. And this one in terms of deployment, a flipper or a thumb stud. I like them quite a bit. And like I said, Alan Oshwitz is one of my favorite knife makers, so it's very cool that he kind of designs for Hogue. So there you go, Dizzy Jonah. I hope you enjoyed the video, as well as everyone else. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.